One of Sweden's most beautiful galleries is located in Stockholm, and it's the former home of banker and art patron Ernest Thiel. He had Ferdinand Boberg design the house to house his massive art collection. Thielska Galleriet is on the eastern end of Djurgården, which is a large royal park near the center of the city and can be easily reached by bus 69. The grounds have sculptures by Rodin, Vigeland, and others. It's more like walking through somebody's home than walking through a museum, but that's exactly what it was from 1907 until Thiel's death in 1924. He's actually buried under the Rodin sculpture. There are many etchings and paintings by Edvard Munch, of which Thiel was a patron. He supported many of Scandinavia's top artists, including Richard Bergh, who painted this painting of the Knight and the Virgin in 1897. Thiel helped solidify the careers of some of Scandinavia's most famous painters at the time. Richard Bergh, of course, Prince Eugene of the Swedish royal family. One of my absolute favorite paintings in the collection was a summer night scene by Prince Eugene that I just think it just has that soft loveliness of a Scandinavian summer night. But he was a friend of Thiel's, as was Anders Zorn and Carl Larsson, Carl Nordstrom. And Thiel not only collected their work and showed his support that way, but he also threw extravagant parties for these people in his wonderful home, which was just practically made for parties. There's 3 huge, large gallery spaces that have not only paintings but sculptures and furniture, mostly in the Art Nouveau style. There are portraits in the house of Thiel by Anders Zorn, by Ernst Josephson. There's a portrait by Edvard Munch of Thiel, and also a portrait of him by Carl Larsson. Carl Larsson was mostly noted for illustration, but he's quite popular in Sweden, and Thiel has a whole room dedicated to Larsson's work, which is quite beautiful. It's a very beautiful little sitting room. Thiel translated some of Nietzsche's work into Swedish and was brother-in-law to Carl Otto Bonnier, who was a famous publisher, of course. In addition to the artists that I mentioned before, he was also good friends with Ernst Jansson and Bruno Lillefors, which was the first painting he purchased was of Bruno Lillefors's work. Thiel intended to create a home that was pleasing to the eye and a home that one wants to live in, and he succeeded in doing that. He turned over his house and his collection to the state of Sweden, and it's been a museum ever since 1926. If you're in Stockholm, definitely give the Thielska Galleriet a visit. Thank you for tuning in to Elephant.